All right. So we're just gonna open up once again with a centering. So you can come to sit comfortably. If you have tight hips like myself, I usually use a blanket or a block. And I'll go ahead and fold the blanket over a couple times and then just come to sit on top of the blanket and cross my legs. I'm gonna take off my moose booties. All right. So come to sit with your legs crossed, or if you're lying down, that's perfectly fine too. Allow your hands to come down onto your lap, your palms facing up, and let's just close our eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, sigh it out. Settle in here, now, in this moment, right now. Here, be here, now. Breath in, release. Now I'd like you just to set an intention for tonight's practice. We're going to open up with some pranayama or breath work, and it's the 3-part Dirga breath. And this breath work is very powerful in terms of helping you to remain calm and to really bring new life force energy in. So it's a 3-part breath, which breaks it down into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. So first, we're going to take our hands, we're going to just place them on our belly. And as you breathe in through your nose, just feel the belly come into the hands. And as you exhale, feel the belly fall away. Let's just a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. You really want to turn on your belly breathing here. So we're just moving the belly into the hands. Good. And then on the exhale, moving the belly away. Concentrating on this one part, belly breathing. Last time. Exhale. Beautiful. And if our inhales and exhales are not meeting up, don't worry about that. You just continue to go at your own pace. Yoga, it's all about your own practice. So the next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna take your hands and you're gonna place them on the side of your rib cage. And when you do this, I want you to draw your shoulders back and down so you're not tight up here, right? So draw your shoulders back and down. Close your eyes again if this helps you to breathe in and to work within. And just as you inhale through your nose, just feel the rib cage come out, so it moves out into your hands. And as you exhale, feel the rib cage fall away from the hands. Good. Do this a few more times at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. So again, just concentrating on this compartment, this rib cage breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, fill the rib cage. Exhale. Awesome. Third part is the chest or the heart. So a really easy thing is just to put your hands over your chest. And again, we're just gonna try to breathe solely into this compartment. And then we'll exhale to release. So clear your throat if you need to. And when you're ready, inhale to the heart. You'll feel the rise of the chest come into the hands, and exhale as it falls away from the hands. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful work. Inhale. Exhale. Great. So we broke that down to the 3 compartments, and now we're going to put it all together. So a great way is just to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and you can use this 3-part Dirga breath to really help you center. And you may already start to feel a little bit more centered, a little bit more calm from the work that we just did. So we're going to take about 5 to 10, we'll take about 10 breaths here all together. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale through the nose, inhale into your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Pause for a moment at the top, just a moment. Exhale, release, chest, ribs, belly. Good, take that again. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Empty all the way out. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Good. And just keep with this fluid wave like the ocean. Belly, ribs, chest, chest, ribs, belly. And if you want to repeat that in your mind, sometimes that helps you to stay in the present moment. Keep breathing. And in the next few rounds of breath, I encourage you to try to get as deep as you can. So take in as much prana, as much life force energy as you possibly can, all the way up. Even if you get up to the tippity top, try to sip in a little bit more air. And the same thing on the exhale, release side out. And when you think you have it all out, get it all out of there. Getting out any stale energy, stale air. Breathing in, belly, ribs, chest. Chest, ribs, belly. Beautiful. Last round here, make it the biggest. Awesome. Release your hands. Exhale. Pause for a moment. Just notice. Notice any changes. Open your eyes. You're going to come over to all fours or tabletop position. So you can kind of wiggle your feet a little bit. If you were sitting, whatever feels a little bit stiff for you. So you're going to place your hands down onto the mat. And your knees are going to be stacked under your hips. And your palms are stacked right underneath your shoulders. And I'd like you to take a few deep breaths here with a flat back. Just simply notice how you're feeling. Where are your shoulders? Are your shoulders forward or are they back? Draw them back. Nice long neck here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, you're going to drop the belly down as we move into cow pose and start to raise the heart up. Now there's this imaginary crinkle of the mat in between, so you're actually pulling the heels of your hands towards your knees, but they're not moving because you're pulling your heart forward. Good, and on the exhale, you're going to tuck the tailbone under around the spine. Good, tuck the chin, really try to open up the thoracic vertebrae. Shoulders fall away, and the shoulder blades fall away from each other. Good, Good. On your inhale, bring your heart back forward and up into cow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. We're just trying to get some fluidity in the body and the spine right now before we go to our restorative poses. So now I'd like you to widen your knees to the width of the mat. And I just want you to sway from left to right. Now your toes can be tucked under, the tops of the feet can be on the mat, so your toenails are meeting the mat. And just start to move those hips and see what's showing up for you there. And you can kind of put one shoulder into it, the other, and just find that movement, that fluidity that makes you feel really good. And just notice where any areas of tension or stiffness are showing up. Good. And as you continue to move, let's just move with some hip circles, bringing your bum back towards your heels, and then your heart comes back up around your hands. Now your hands are still activated, so the fingertips are pressing into the mat. Making circles are really great for our joints to keep that fluidity there. Good. You can go as big as you want, as slow as you want. Sometimes slowing down is best. And then coming back in the opposite direction. Every side is different. Just noticing what's showing up there for you. Breathing. Coming back to tabletop position. Awesome job. From here, we're going to go ahead and step our right foot forward into a lunge. Now, if you need blocks, this is a great opportunity to just take blocks on the opposite side of the front foot. The back foot can be tucked under, the top of the foot can be on the mat. It's completely up to you. And we're just going to get some fluid motion going in the hips a little bit more with a forward back here. So you're going to bend your right knee or your front knee, and then you're going to bring it back a little bit. You don't need to straighten it, but just moving forward and back to see how that feels. Now, if the left knee down is a little bit tender for you, you can always go ahead and pop a blanket underneath that left knee or a pillow even. So we're just moving here. We're not really coming to stillness quite yet. Remembering to turn that breath on. Good. And then bending that right knee and just taking a moment here in a pause in a low lunge and breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great work. Step that right foot back. We're going to step the left foot forward. It's okay if you are opposite of me. Again, if you need the blocks or your fingertips can be down on the mat. And just again, just starting to bend that left knee and coming back with a straightened left knee. Now you don't want to go all the way straight because we're still not really warmed up. We're just trying to turn those hamstrings on a little bit more. Checking in with our lower body, our hips. Keep moving. And move with the breath if you can. Link it together. Good, and then we'll pause here with the bent left knee. Couple breaths, in and out. Beautiful work. Step the left foot back so you're in all fours. And this time we're gonna lower down onto our belly. We're gonna move into a Sphinx pose. So you can bend the elbows and lower down onto your belly. You're gonna bring the forearms down to the mat. Your legs are gonna be long behind your toenails on the mat. So your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. And again, just like we did in cow, your heart's moving a little bit forward and your shoulder blades are back. So they're trying to touch each other as your heart comes forward. And you can gaze forward a few breaths here. Just opening up the lower back just a bit. Awesome. Bring the head down. Press the hands underneath the shoulders and come back up to all fours. And let's move into our restorative practice. So here is where you're going to grab a bolster, or if you have pillows and you want to put them vertically onto your mat, as we're going to come into restorative child's pose. Now, for some of us, we may have a little bit of tenderness in the knees. So if you want to use that blanket behind your knees, you can. Again, we're going to be here for some time, so you want to get super comfy. If you want to even cover up with the blanket, you definitely can. I'm just going to get my watch set. All right. So widen your knees to the width of the mat. If this is not comfortable for you, you don't have to do it. As wide as your legs can go comfortably, and then you're gonna go ahead and stick those pillows right in between that opening of the knees, and then come on down to lay onto the pillow, and place your right cheek onto the pillow for right now. Try to sit your bum back just a little bit, closing your eyes, and reconnecting to your breath. It's okay if you have to shimmy and shake and make yourself more comfortable as you start to release any tension in your hips, your back, your neck. Letting go. Now this time, if you'd like to switch to place the left face cheek on the pillow, feel free to do that. Slowly starting to deepen your breath as you prepare to move. Go ahead and place your hands by the sides of the pillow, the bolster, whatever you may have, and go ahead and sit on up. Awesome. And it's so important to take this time to really be in stillness and in peace and in quiet with yourself. And you may find that, things are coming up in your brain and your body as you experience this, and that's all part of the practice. So embrace it and give yourself grace through it. Next, we're gonna go ahead and sit with our legs straight out in front of us. And you can point your toes up towards the ceiling. Now, if you want to place your blanket right underneath your knees, you can do that. That's great for us with tight hamstrings as well. And then take your stack of pillows and place them right on top of those legs. You want really nice and long legs here. If you'd like to pick your cushions up and back, go ahead and do that so you start to feel the forward tilt of the hips. And all you're gonna do here is bring your heart forward, crawl your hands forward, and then down. And you can place your head down or to the side, whatever's most comfortable for you. Sometimes I stack like a block or a blanket up so I don't feel like I'm suffocating myself into the pillow. But go ahead and do whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll be here in our forward fold to nourish ourselves until you hear the sound of my voice. And letting go of tension in the neck and the shoulders through the exhale. Soften there. Now starting to deepen your breath and preparing to move. And do this ever so effortlessly. Go ahead and place your props down. And you're going to come around to sit onto your right hip. And take your pillows. We're going to move into a restorative twist. So you want your right hip, if it's your left hip, that's perfectly fine. Your knees can be splayed open, or you can stack your knees, depending. It's going to be a little bit different of a twist depending how you have your knees. And then when you're ready, you're going to take your hands and you're going to frame that bolster or that stack of pillows. And with this, you're going to go ahead and rest on down into those pillows. Place your left or right face cheek down, whatever feels best for you, and reconnect to that breath as we rest here. I'm really trying to let go, release the tension, and I will guide you back out in a few more moments. Take this time for ease. Starting to deepen your breath on this side. Coming on up. Now we're going to switch to the other side so you can move your knees around, so you can switch your entire body or just the pillows. Again, framing the pillows and then coming down to rest for the remainder of our time. In this pose, before moving into our final pose of Shavasana tonight, take a few more moments here. Starting to deepen the breath. Slowly start to come on up. Good. Swing your legs around. And then you're going to move your bum a little forward on the mat if you're back. You can bend both knees, feet are flat on the mat, and you're going to lower yourself down to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest once you arrive. Give yourself a nice little hug. Maybe rock from left to right. We're going to finish our practice here, restoring and soaking it all in Shavasana. So if you want to cover up with a blanket, go ahead and do that. You can put one pillow or your bolster right under your knees if you need a little support there. Whatever feels most comfy, cozy for you. right now in this moment as we begin our final pose of our practice. Let the hands come down by the sides, palms facing up. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you sigh it out, let everything go. Feel the back of the body drop into the earth, the surface that's supporting you. Remain here in stillness and experience some peace. Starting to deepen the breath. Reawaken the body by wiggling your fingertips and your toes. And then coming over to lay onto your left side. Pause here for a moment. Set an intention, maybe a word to live by for this month. And then when you're ready, slowly push yourself back up into a seated, comfortable position. Eyes are still closed. And bring the hands down to the knees. Pause here and notice the benefits of your practice. How do you feel now compared to when you first showed up? Bring your hands to heart center if you wish. Bow your head to your heart in honor for all that you do for others and now for yourself. Thank you for showing up for yourself, your health, and your well-being. And may love, light, and health go with you wherever you go. Namaste.